Has those two worlds ever collided where you've had to, identify a terrorist by their fart signature? Okay, it wasn't deep, but it was just slappy. All right, I love that you're using very. Hello, caller, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, very interesting case that you're presenting before the RPAN chat. Tell us a little bit about yourself first before we get into the case of whether it's okay to fart at a urinal.
Yeah, so I'm a nice guy. I find myself to be very courteous. I don't want to, make people feel uncomfortable, but I feel like I've done it before. So you fart at a urinal, and people are like, "What just happened?" But I feel like it's okay. I don't think people are like, "What just happened, caller?"
I think they know exactly what's happened given the context of where they're at. But please continue. Maybe tell us a little bit more than just your relationship with farting in urinals, though. Like, hey, are you going to school? Are you working? Like stuff like that before you get into all that toiletry.
Okay, well, yeah. So I work in counterterrorism. I'm an investigator and an instructor.
Okay. How old are you, caller? Because you sound a little bit on the young side to be working in counter-terrorism.
I'm 30 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay. And nonchalantly, just talking about your work in counter-terrorism, kind of unexpected. How long have you been doing it? And can you tell us something only somebody who works in counter-terrorism would know, just so we know you're not pulling our leg here?
Well, if I told you that, then everybody would know what we work on. So I can't really
just
dive
give me
into
something
that kind of
like where you went to school. How does one even get into quote unquote counter-terrorist line of work?
I actually started off working in fraud, and from that I actually developed my career. Yeah, so I worked in fraud, looking at financial solutions. And
let me throw it to defense attorney. Just so happens I have a background in fraud-related analytics. Can you tell me like some example of valuable third-party data providers that helped you out in your fraud mitigation career?
Well, I can't label any companies, but I can label like certain typologies, red flags, risk indicators, aggravating factors.
Go ahead. Give me the top. Give me the top. One of the tops.
One of the most common things we see in fraud would be like merchant fraud, where somebody goes and they say that they're providing you with some sort of service or some sort of item, but they actually don't provide you with that. They take your money and run. Typically, these people will utilize like eBay, just about anything. Like, all right, you can even use Craigslist, things like that. But
you don't sound like a 12-year-old that just got a hold of Wikipedia, so we're just going to move on from that. Thank you so much for that and indulging me and defense attorney, but we want to make sure these calls are legit as possible, so I appreciate you calling in. Somebody who's a professional at the top of their game in counterterrorism, talking about what again? As a quick reminder.
A fart.
Okay, a fart. All right, very nice. Let's go on to the fart portion of your case. Are you a habitual urinal farter, or is it something that just happens once in a blue fart?
It happens once in a blue fart. I feel like, so preface this, I was at a Whole Foods bathroom, so that might have been why I got the look that I got. So if you're in like a dive bar, I don't think it happens.
Who is next to you? Elijah Wood? I'm always at Whole Foods. Elijah Wood is there. I'm taking the biggest shits, and he's giving me dirty looks.
Okay, let me ask you a question really quick.
Okay,
because if you're always at Whole Foods in the bathroom, doesn't it always smell worse than any other bathroom ever for some reason?
It might be. That might be true. I'm just pulling your leg now. I actually am a cartoon judge, and I don't have any lower body extremities, so I don't go to Whole Foods. But let me ask you something related to your case, caller, because the guilties and not guilties are piling in already anyways. Is this case about should you feel guilty about farting at a urinal, basically? So guilty if you're an asshole for farting at a urinal, not guilty if you think it's okay to.
Yeah, mind you, you are in a bathroom, but I feel like it's up in the air. Like everybody's got such a black and white opinion of it.
Got it. All right. Well, in the case of chat, they think it's okay to fart next to a urinal. Now, let me ask you something. The dirty look that you got from this person, how many urinals away were they from the detonation zone?
2.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was a 3 urinal.
Two
I was
urinals away,
closest to the stall.
and it was still
Yeah.
felt. That was quite a quite an impact fart then, correct?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. I felt like I shouldn't have to take a stall away from somebody who might need to actually utilize the stall if I just have to pee and fart. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I feel
but
like that's
from an
worse than
auditory
farting at the urinal.
decibel standpoint, how loud was the fart that somebody 2 urinals away not only heard but took umbrage at such a thing?
So decibels, I'm probably gonna say it's like 10 dB. It's nothing crazy. Like
Okay, doesn't
it's
sound
like
crazy.
if you had your, no, it wasn't deep either. It was just kind of slappy.
Okay, it wasn't deep, but it was just slappy. All right, I love that
Just a
you're
little
using
slappy, make daddy
very
happy.
kind of made up terminology, like you are a counter-terrorist analyst and talking about serious matters. Let me
gotta
ask you
have a
something,
sense of
because I
humor.
think the jury is out on this, and will be found not guilty. Have these two worlds ever collided for you, caller? Your counter-terrorism work and your farting activities. Has those two worlds ever collided where you've had to, identify a terrorist by their fart signature, stuff like that?
That technology has not been created yet. I can assure you.
All right. You know what? Thank you so much for your call. You have been found not guilty by the front page of Artpan. Go forth and fart your heart out, caller. You sound like an interesting guy, especially if the counterterrorism career is true. That's very interesting stuff. So would love to get you in the Discord as well. Discord.gg/pow if you have a Discord.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for hearing my case.
Yeah,
thank you, everybody.
caller. Take care and happy farting at Whole Foods.
I will. Bye, everybody.
Okay, wow. We got a call from a counter-terrorist professional, and we spent the vast majority of it talking about farts and whether they're slappy or deep. This is what it is. Let's move on to our next case. But people in the chat, how are you finding today's stream? I haven't talked to Jerry as much. Jerry, how are you finding the stream? Oh, Jerry says one time he was in the South Pole and he had a fart that came out but became very, very sloppy, and he rubbed his butt against the ice along where the path of some penguins walk constantly, and it became a thing. And now he's not allowed back in the South Pole. Okay, disgusting and very, very specific, Jerry. Please don't bring up any more of your wet fart penguin harassment on the stream. Judge is guilty. All right, let's do this. Let's reset the guilty counter and move on to the next case. Okay, no more eating and cannibalism talk, please. But thank you for that, Gold.
It's safe out there.